some traditions regarding what to do before or as going to sleep include reciting the last 3 chapters of the Quran and wiping over the face and the entire body as much as, is naturally shown with the hand. The head and the face and stuff. And 3 times. With the, with the wiping over. And so that's Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Qul huwallahu ahadun. Allahu samadu. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. In the name of the singular and definitive God, the merciful, the compassionate. Say, He's one, God. God. The infinite, everlasting refuge. He's not a procreator, nor was He procreated. And there's not anything comparable with Him in anything. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq min sharri ma khalaqa wa min sharri ghasiqin idha waqaba wa min sharri nafathati fil 'uqad wa min sharri hasidin idha hasad. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate, say, I seek refuge with the Lord of the daybreak from the worst of that which He created, from the worst of the darkness of night, when the darkness is increasing, and from the worst of the women blowing on knots, and from the worst of the jealous when they're jealous. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas, min sharri waswasil khannas, alladhi yuswisu fi sudurin nas, min al-jinnati wan nas. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate, say, I seek refuge with the Lord of humanity, the King of humanity, the God of humanity, from the worst of the sneaky whisperer of evil, whispering evil in the breast of humans, from among the fire beings and the humans. And people would also recite chapter 67. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Tabarakalladhi biyadihil mulku wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Alladhi khalaqal mauta wal hayata liyabluwakum ayyukum ahsanu amalan wa huwal azizul ghafur. Alladhi khalaqa sab'a samawati tabaqan ma tara fi khalqi rahman min tafa'ut farjahil basara hal tara min futur thumma arjahil basara karatina yanqalib ilaykal basaru qasi'an wa huwa hasir. Walaqad ziyana sama dunya be masa biha wa ja'alnaha rujuman le shayatin الشياطين وأعتدنا لهم عذاب سعير وللذين كفروا بربهم عذاب جهنم وبئس المصير إذا ألقوا فيما سمعوا لها شهيقا وهي تفور تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في ضلال كبير وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسحقا لأصحاب السعير إن الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب لهم مغفرة وأجر كبير وأسروا قولكم أو اجهروا به إنه عليم بذات الصدور ألا يعلم من خلق وهو اللطيف الخبير هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقها وعليه النشور أأمنتم من في السماء أن يخسف بكم الأرض فإذا هي تمر أم أمنتم من في السماء أن يرسل عليكم حاسبا فستعلمون كيف نذير ولقد كذب الذين من قبلهم فكيف كان نكير أولم يروا إلى الطير فوقهم صافات ويقبضن ما يمسكهن إلا الرحمن إنه بكل شيء بصير أمن هذا الذي هو جند لكم ينصركم من دون الرحمن إن الكافرون إلا في غرور أمن هذا الذي يرزقكم إن أمسك رزقه بل لجوا في عتو ونفور أفمن يمشي مكبا على وجهه أهدى أمن يمشي سويا على صراط مستقيم قل هو الذي أنشأكم وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون قل هو الذي ذراكم في الأرض وعليه النشور وعليه تحشرون ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين قل إنما العلم عند الله وإنما أنا نذير مبين فلما رأوه زلفة سيئت وجوه الذي كفروا قيل هذا الذي kuntum bihi tada'un. Qul ara'aytum in ahlakan Allahu wa man ma'a aw rahimana faman tujirul kafirina min adhabil alim. Qul huwa rahmanu amanna bihi wa alayhi tawakkalna fasata'lamuna man huwa fi dalalin mubin. Qul ara'aytum in asbaha fa'ukum gauran faman yatikum bima'in ma'in. In the name of God, the beneficent, the compassionate. Blessed be he in whose hands is the dominion, and he has power over everything. He created death. He created the death and the life, that it can try you as who's fair in action. He is the Almighty, the all-forgiving, who created the seven heavens, one on another. You haven't seen any perfection in the creation of the merciful. Then return to thy sight. Have you seen any flaw? Again, return thy sight twice again. And your sight will return about to you, one that is dazzled and weary, and certainly we made to appear pleasing in the lower heaven with lamps. You know, the lowest heaven is the one with all those stars and stuff. And we assigned them things to stone Satans. We made ready for them the punishment of the blaze. And for those who were ungrateful to their Lord is the punishment of hell. Miserable will be their homecoming. When they're cast down into it, they will hear it sighing while it's boiling and about to burst in rage. As often as a unit of them were cast down into it, the ones who were keepers there asked them, "Approach is not a warner to you?" They will say, "Yea, a warner drew near to us." But we denied him, and we said, "God sent down nothing. You are not, but in a great going astray." And they'll say, "If we had been hearing or are reasonable, we would not have been companions of the blaze." And they would acknowledge their impiety, then hell for the companions of the blaze. Truly those who dread their Lord in the unseen, for them is forgiveness and a great compensation. Keep your saying or publish it. Truly he is knowing of what's in breast. Would he who created not know, and he is susceptible that aware. He it is who made the earth submissible to you. So walk in its tracks and eat of its provision. To him is the rising. Were you safe from who is in the heaven, that he would not cause the earth to swallow you up when it spins? Were you safe from he who is in the heaven, that he will not send against you a sandstorm? You will know how my warner has been right, and certainly those who before them denied how horrible had been my reproach. Consider they the birds above them, one standing in ranks and closing. Nothing holds them back but the merciful. Truly he was seeing of everything. Who is this who would be an army for you to help you, other than the most merciful? Truly, ones who are ungrateful are but in delusion. Who is it who will provide for you if he held back his provision? Nay, they were resolute in turning in disdain and aversion. Then is whoever walks as one who is prone on his face better guided, or he who walks without fault on a straight path. Say it is he who caused you to grow and assign you ability to hear and sight and minds, but you give little thanks. Say it is he who made you numerous in the earth, and to him you will be assembled. By him we're not saying God is male and By we, we're using that royal we, right? And say, when is this promise? If ye had been ones who were sincere, say the knowledge of this is only with God, and I am a clear warner. But when they saw the punishment nigh, their faces were troubled, and those were ungrateful, and it will be said to them, this is what you were calling for. Consider you, if God caused me to perish, and whoever is with me, or had mercy on us, who will grant us protection, if the ones who are ungrateful for painful punishment say, he is the most merciful, we believe in him we put our trust, and then you will know who he is, the one who has clearly gone astray. Say, consider you, if it came to be in the morning that your water would be sinking into the ground, who approaches you with assistance from water springs? Now, I wasn't able to change every verse, but this is the translation. And also, Surah 32. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alif Lam Mim. Tanzilul Kitab la Rayba Fihi min Rabbil Alamin. يقولون افتراه بل هو الحق من ربك لتنذر قوما ما أتاهم من نذير من قبلك لعلهم يهتدون. الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وما بينهما في ستة أيام ثم استوى على العرش ما لكم من دونه من ولي ولا شفيع أفلا تتذكرون. يدبر الأمر من السماء إلى الأرض ثم يعرج إليه في يوم كان مقداره ألف سنة مما تعدون. ذلك علم الغيب وشهادة العزيز الرحيم الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه وبدأ خلق الإنسان من طين ثم جعل نسله من سلالة من ماء مهين ثم سواه ونفخ فيه من روحه وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون. وقالوا وإذا ضللنا في الأرض أإنا لفي خلق جديد بل هم بلقاء ربهم كافرون. قل يتوفاكم ملك الموت الذي وكل بكم ثم إلى ربكم ترجعون.
walau tara al-mujrimuna nakisu rusihim inda rabbihim rabbana amsarna wa sami'na farji'na na'amal salihan inna muqinun walau syi'na ladaina kulla nasin hudaha walakin haqqal qawlu minni la'amlana jahannama minal jannati wan nasi ajma'in fadhuqu bima nasitum liqa yawmikum hadha nasinakum wadhuqu adhabal khuldi bima kuntum ta'malun innama yu'min bi'ayatina alladhina idha dhukiru biha qalu sujadan وسبحوا بحمد ربهم وهو لا يستكبرون.
And since that's a prostration passage, I'm going to share and alter a little bit, to the translation. I'm being honest about what I convey, but you know what I mean. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. ALM. Successively sending down the book, has no doubt in it, is from the Lord of the worlds. Or they say he's devised it. Nay, it is the truth from your Lord that warns the folk to whom no warner approached them before, so that perhaps they'll be guided. God, it is he who created the heavens and the earth, and was ever between them in 6 time periods. Again he turned his attention to the throne. You have none other than him as protector, and no intercessor. Will you not then recollect? He manages every command, from the heaven to the earth. Again it will go up to him, in a day the span of which has been 1,000 years of your numbering. That is the one who knows of the unseen and the visible, the Almighty, the compassionate, who did everything that he created well. And he began the creation of the human being from clay. Again he made the human progeny from the extraction of ejected fluid. Again he shaped him and breathed into him his spirit, and he made for you the ability to hear and sight and minds. But give you little thanks. They said, when we went astray on the earth, will we be in a new creation? Nay, in the meeting with their Lord, they are the ones who disbelieve. Say, the angel of death, who is charged with you, will call you to itself. Again, you will return to your Lord. And if thou but see, when the ones who sin become ones who bend down their heads before their Lord. Our Lord, we perceived and heard, so return us. We will do as ones in accord with morality. Truly, we are now ones who are certain, and if we willed it, we would have surely given every soul its guidance. But my saying will be realized. I will fill hell with the fire beings and the humans, one and all. All those that are meant to go there. Then experience, as you forgot the meeting of this day of yours. Truly we forgot you. And experience the infinite punishment for what you've been doing. Only those who believe in our signs, when they are reminded of them, fall down. Ones who prostrated themselves and glorified the praise of their Lord, and they grow not arrogant.
Tata Jaffa Junubum Anil Madaje Yarunarabam Kaufan Wataman Wamemarazaknahum Yunfekun Falada Alamu Nasummakfea Bahum Min Qurate Ayunen Jazan Bema Kanu Ya'malun Afaman Kana Mu'minan Kaman Kana Fasiqan La Yastaun Ammaladi Amanu وعملوا الصالحات فلهم جنات المأوى نزلا بما كانوا يعملون وأما الذين فسقوا فمأواهم النار كلما أرادوا أن يخرجوا منها أعيدوا فيها وقيل لهم ذوقوا عذاب النار الذي كنتم به تكذبون ولنذيقنهم من العذاب الأدنى دون العذاب الأكبر لعلهم يرجعون ومن أظلم ممن ذكر بآيات ربه ثم أعرض عنها إنا من المجرمين منتقمون ولقد آتينا موسى الكتاب فلا تكن في مرية من لقائه وجعلناه هدى لبني إسرائيل وجعلنا منهم أئمة يهدون بأمرنا لما صبروا وكانوا بآياتنا يوقنون إن ربك هو يفصل بينهم يوم القيامة فيما كانوا فيه يختلفون أولا يهد لهم كم أهلكنا من قبل من القرون يمشون في مساكنهم إن في ذلك لآيات أفلا يسمعون أولم يروا أننا نسوق الماء إلى الأرض الجرز فنخرج به زرعا تأكل منه أنعامهم وأنفسهم أفلا يبصرون ويقولون متى هذا الفتح إن كنتم صادقين قل يوم الفتح لا ينفع الذين كفروا إيمانهم ولا هم ينظرون فأعرض عنهم وانتظر إنهم منتظرون.
And whose sides deliberately avoided their sleeping places to call to their Lord in fear and hope, and they spend of what we provided them. No soul knows what was concealed for them of comfort for their eyes as a recompense for what they'd been doing. It is he who had been one of the believers, like one who had been one who's disobeying? Are they not on the same level as for who believed and did as the ones in accord with morality? For them are gardens, as places of shelter, hospitality for them for what they've been doing, and as for those who disobeyed, their place of shelter will be the fire. Every time they would want to go forth from there, they would have cause to return to it, and it will be said to them, experience the punishment of the fire which you were denying. And certainly we will cause them to experience the closer punishment, other than the greater punishment, so that perhaps they will return. And who does greater wrong than he who is reminded of the signs of his Lord, and he turned aside from them? Truly, on the ones who sin, we are the ones who requite. And certainly we gave Moses the book. So be you not hesitant about meeting him. And we assigned it as a guidance for the children of Israel, and we assigned leaders from among them to guide under command when they were enduring patiently, and they had been certain of our signs. Truly, thy Lord is he who will distinguish among them on the day of resurrection about what they were at variance with. Guides them not how many we caused to perish of generations before them, amidst whose dwellings they walk. Truly in that are the signs. Will they not then hear? Consider they not that we drive water to the barren dust of the earth, and we drive out crops with it, from which their flocks eat, and they themselves? Will they not then perceive? And they say, when is this victory? If ye had been ones who were sincere, say, on the day of victory, there will be no profit for those who disbelieved. If they then have belief, nor will they be given respite. So turn thou aside from them, and wait a while. Truly, they are ones who are waiting a while. And it's said that Surah 56 is one that could be recited at night to ward off the suffering from poverty and such.